catch by Jay Nathaniel. Touchdown, Hurricanes!
Shooter taking a shot deep. Open target! Her third from left to right. Sets off. Oh,
Down!
watch who he's going to step. He's going to go for it. Fell from the sky into Aaron Ike's hand.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, CFSL. We are live from Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Dixieland Delight has been playing all day as the LSU Tigers come to play the Crimson Tide. My name is Cade Padgett. Joining me in the booth is Dominic Barfield. Dominic, how are we doing on this Thursday night?
Oh, you know that it's always going to be a good night for football when you've got two teams in the stadium that just absolutely hate each other. It's nothing but bad blood, and these tensions run deep. Looking to see an explosive game of both offenses and two defenses that are going to be ready to start cracking heads.
I don't think you said it enough to say how much the Alabama Crimson Tide and the LSU Tigers do not like each other. Sophomore Tavon Moss gets the ball first to start. Play action, decides to keep it on the read option, and met immediately the Crimson Tide defense swarming early. Brett Slate with the TFL.
Nope, absolutely. First play of the game, you knew there was going to be some high animosity, and they sent pressure, and they sent pressure in a hurry.
One back in the backfield with Moss. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Moss takes the snap. Fires it to his left, and it is caught by Nasir Pope. Good throw by Tavon Moss on the corner route.
Now, beautiful throw by Tavon Moss. Put it only where Nasir was going to get it. That ball was placed perfectly. That is the type of execution you like to see going into this performance. Coming into the game, Tavon, 64% accuracy on the season.
We talk about it with a rivalry game and how important it is to start fast. Three receivers to the top of the screen. Moss hands off to his back, running right, throws a stiff arm, and it is brought down right away is Nas Mason for 3 yards.
Shelby Ware absolutely was not letting anything go there. She wrapped around and said, "Get down now."
And to touch on it again, it's important that these teams both start fast, both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. Moss fires it to his right side, and Brandon Reno for 10 yards. Move the chains for the Tigers.
No, absolutely, Cade. You can't make that a bigger point. When rivalry games show up, records are out the window. It is going to be high octane from start to finish.
Hands off, running left. Mason brought down for a 3-yard loss. Deuce LeClaire with the first TFL of the night.
Well, see, just like this, like LSU started off warm. They were hitting their marks. They were getting something going. Alabama has already wised up to it, and they are trying to clamp down and stop them in their tracks.
But keeping them behind the sticks is important on the early downs. But can LSU convert when they get behind the sticks? Shane Hansen for a 1-yard carry sets up a 3rd and 12. I believe that is a walk-on, our first walk-on of the night.
Gotta love walk-ons. Walk-ons are players too.
2-by-2 set. Moss in the backfield. Takes the snap. He's looking. He's taking steps to his right. He's getting pressure. He is brought down. Couldn't get away. Brett Slate, his first sack of the night. And the Tigers forced to punt early.
Well, Kate, you wondered if LSU was going to be able to convert and get things going when they get behind the sticks. The Crimson Tide defense said, "Not so fast, my friend. You're going nowhere." What an absolute stifle after a couple plays by this Crimson Tide defense.
Well, we talk about rivalry, we talk about records being thrown out the window, but the one thing that we can't forget, we can't undersell right now, Alabama is the 4th-ranked team in the league right now, and LSU is coming in as unranked as Booker Travis on the 12-yard return. I think this is an opportunity for Bama to really take over this rivalry, but again, it could be upset central for the Tigers.
Now, we've already seen upsets across the board this week.
2-by-2 set. Johnny Ray Davis, hands off, running left is Kreisen for 5 yards.
What an excellent start. If you get 5 yards each play, you'll never see a 3rd down. Look to see if you can keep that momentum going.
Unless Tony 10 decides to show up in the chat. 2 backs in the backfield with Johnny Ray Davis. Mize just behind Davis. Davis on the play action, fires it out, has a man on an out route, caught at the 35, up across the 40 is Kyle Claxton for 13 yards.
Now, I did harp on Tavon Moss on this actually coming into this game. Johnny Ray Davis coming into this game 75% with less production. Not bad stats.
Two backs in the backfield with Davis. Davis hands off to Mai. Mai running up the middle, and he is 6 yards on first down, right near midfield.
Well, so far you've got to like the execution that you're seeing. Now, LSU had the same level of success. Right about here's where they started getting stymied. Let's see if the Tiger defense can come out and do the same thing to this offense.
Davis takes the snap, hands off to Mai, running left on the counter, doing a little bit of zigzagging, not too much north-south, and he is stopped for a 2-yard gain.
Oh, absolutely. Just good holding there, forcing it to a 3rd and short.
It's an opportunity for the LSU defense to get off the field early. 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen, 1 to the top. Mai behind Davis. Davis hands off to Mai. He is met immediately, breaks the first tackle, can't break the second. LSU holds.
Nah, I was gonna say, looks like we're gonna get a little bit of resistance and move it, and just absolutely stymied. What a stop there by the Tiger defense. Both teams forcing them to be woed up right about halfway.
And it is a chilly night here in Tuscaloosa, Dominic. We're sitting at about 35, 36 degrees right now. So it's possible that these offenses they haven't fully warmed up yet. Okay, you know, it's as a good offense is like a machine. It has to get going. Whenever you start your car early in the morning, it may be a little bit slow, but once it gets going, she's humming. 3 receivers to the top. Moss in the shotgun, fires it over the middle, has a man, Jesse King, 4 yards on first down.
Hey, you know what, Kate? To be honest with you, this is probably the warmest environment I've seen this week. Came from South Bend, and we were in -3s up here. I will take this weather right now.
Well, I got about 30 hand warmers on me right now to keep me warm. Moss hands off to his running back, running left. Nas Mason can't get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, don't worry. I'm pretty sure our complimentary hot chocolate shit will be up here any minute. So just hang tight. We'll get some more. But speaking of warmth, these teams are starting to warm up on defense. They are locking down right now.
We have a Twitch update coming shortly. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Moss in the shotgun, takes a snap, fires it to his right side, to his back, out of the backfield, and Nas Mason turns it into 3 yards. Over on Twitch, Michigan State's Joe Beatty with an early pick 6 as they go up 7-0 over Oklahoma with 5 minutes and 31 seconds left in the first quarter.
Wonder if it was off a wide receiver screen.
Well, I heard there's a saying about wide receiver screens. Do you know what it is?
Oh. No, I'm pretty sure I don't know anything about I know anything about wide receiver screens. You're gonna have to educate me sometime about that, Caden. But what I'm looking to educate us on is this offense coming out and executing.
We'll see if we get any wide receiver screens tonight, see if the saying magically appears. Davis handing off to Mai, up the middle, gets 5 yards, up near midfield.
I don't know. If you're Alabama, you really do like the production on the ground right now by Kreis and Mai. You might look to just keep that going.
Well, Alabama's a team that, with a backfield of Kreis and Mai and Booker Travis, it opens up the passing game for Johnny Ray Davis. Davis on the play action, a little bit of an underthrow, but a great catch by Colby Coffee. When it's cold, you need some coffee in your life.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good. Luckily, the receiver was just in a perfect enough position to be able to catch that little short throw there by Davis. I'm sure Davis will get that under control.
Yeah, you'd like to see Johnny Ray Davis set his feet there as he gets out of the pocket. Ultimately, it would hit Coffee. A little underthrow, but a good catch by the receiver going down and catching it. And into Tiger territory go the Crimson Tide. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Davis in the backfield. Motion the slot receiver from left to right. Davis takes the snap, hands off to his back on a counter, running left, and cries it. Mai is flattened.
Cohen James said, no love lost, no love gained. What a crushing shot, sending a message to this offense that this might be your stadium, but we're here to take over.
My goodness, that hurt me up here in the booth. 2 to the bottom, 2 to the top. Davis, play action, steps back. He's looking, he's got all day, fires it across the middle to Coffee. Coffee again going in and cutting back out. Inside the 10-yard line go the Crimson Tide.
No, absolutely beautiful cut after that catch. Got upfield light and quick, had some avoidance, and absolutely moving it down into the red zone. What beautiful execution. Alabama looks to be humming so far on this drive.
And it was a good throw by Johnny Ray Davis, but that play was 100% Colby Coffee. 3 receivers to the top, tight end to the bottom. Davis takes the snap, hands it off to his back running right, gets a good pancake block, but brought down. Kreisen can't go anywhere.
Now, Carlos Banks absolutely just had him dead to right. Was nothing doing there. Now, Kreisen getting a lot of this. I would like to see a little bit more production from Booker Travis in this game.
You think of Kreisen and Booker Travis as like a thunder and lightning duo. Davis over the middle, has a man! Touchdown, Troy Tree! He broke the plane.
Nope, but absolutely planted his roots in the end zone for 6 points on that catch. Absolutely beautiful pitch and catch there by the offense. Alabama responds, they get their points, and now, pending the field goal, are looking to take the early lead. We're going to have to see if this LSU offense can come out here and show that they can keep up with the pace.
It was a great drive by the Crimson Tide, and hitting Troy Tree in stride, almost kept out of the end zone by the LSU Tiger defense. David Ware in chat saying, me and David need to call a game together one day. David, I would love that. As the reigning broadcaster of the year, it would be my honor to share the booth with you. Right now, I get Dominic Barfield, and we know that Dominic has always loved for a lot of great offensive plays. I know he loves the screen more than anything else in this world, right, Doc?
It's okay. It's an integral part of the offense if executed properly. It's not going the way you want it to go, Cade.
No, it's not. Sorry, y'all. My stuff froze for a second, but we're back now. I'm back. I get to enjoy this game just a little bit more. One back in the backfield with Tavon Moss, 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Moss has all day, fires through the middle, has a man in stride. Deep dig route caught by Gabe Guerrero for 18 yards.
And that is an absolute beautiful way to start the drive, responding back if you're this Tiger offense. And you know what? One of these days where I'm going to get you to spell my name right and pronounce it right, but we'll get to that in another chapter.
And it was a great deep dig route by Guerrero in between the Crimson Tide zone defense. 3 receivers to the bottom. Moss under center. Moss drops back, has all day, steps up, and I guess he shouldn't have had that popcorn on the sideline, Dominic.
I believe there was a glitch in the matrix. I'm pretty sure the ball just straight up errored.
3 receivers to the bottom. Moss in the shotgun, takes the snap, he's looking, drops back, fires it to his left side, caught by his tight end. Broken tackle is Jesse King, not tight end, excuse me, but Jesse King breaking a nice tackle, gets 6 yards, sets up 3rd and 4.
Nope, you're going to be happy to pick up that, make it a 3rd and manageable, but this Tide defense is absolutely ready to send pressure. You're going to have to look, find an early read, and you're going to have to get it out with perfect execution.
The Tigers have yet to convert on 3rd down. Moss drops back, fires it to the top screen. There's that 3rd down conversion. Nasir Pope on the out route, first down LSU.
Yeah, beautiful execution. Step back, plant, get it out of your hands. Perfect little route out in space. Converted.
Tavon Moss, a cool 7 for 8 right now. Moss fires it to his left side, has a man on another out route. It is caught. He's not down. Now he's down. Roman Rodriguez for 14 yards. First down, LSU. We have a Twitch update. A 3-yard touchdown run by, what do you know, a walk-on. Richard Gray. Michigan State up 14-0 over Oklahoma. 2:28 left in the first quarter. Empty formation, Tavon Moss. Jab step, drops back. He's looking. Fires it into the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown. Matthias Sherman, 26 yards.
And just like that, LSU said, "Oh, y'all are warming ready? All right, say less. We'll come down and match that." 6 plays, 71 yards. Absolute got down there with fervor and absolutely said, "We're ready for this as well." Just blown coverage, pitch and catch. You can't ask for more happiness than that.
You know, I couldn't tell there if Alabama was in a little bit of a man defense or a zone defense because there were 2 guys trailing on the touchdown catch, and Irvin just beat everybody. As a good return by Roman Ware, who currently holds the all-time record for Alabama career return yards. I know that because I've called an Alabama game in the last 2 weeks. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Johnny Ray Davis in the shotgun. Drops back. He's looking. He's rolling to his right, still holding on to the ball. And he is brought down. Give that sack to Maria Sebastiano, her first one of the night.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I mean, Johnny Ray Davis had enough time to file his taxes, order some cookout, was probably, looking for, a summer home in Cabo, had all the time in the world. You've got to get the ball out. You can't hold on that long and expect to not take a sack.
It goes down in the stat book for Sebastiano, but you got to give credit to the defensive secondary right there. That is a coverage sack. Kreisen Mai up the middle, trying to shake off a tackle, gets 5 yards, but still 3rd and long for Alabama.
Nope, you're going to have to reap some of that back, but you are absolutely going to have to find something special in the playbook here for 3rd in California.
And only the 2nd third down of the night for the Crimson Tide. Davis drops back. He's still holding on to it. He was gearing up for a long one, but he could not get it off. Sebastiano, her 2nd sack of the night and 2nd one on the drive.
No, when you've got to release like a cold start diesel that takes 2 to 3 business days to get that arm revved back to release a cannon, yeah, you've got to get that out a little bit quicker. That is just a beautiful coverage sack.
And after what was a very good offensive drive for the Tigers, a great defensive stand to get the ball back to what is a very hot offense right now. And they should have great field position, but a great tackle on the return near Sear Pope, only for 2 yards. There was 0 blocking for Pope.
Wait, were there supposed to be blockers out there? I don't think anybody got the memo.
No, I think they missed that one. They weren't in on that film meeting. Tight end goes in motion. Moss under center. 3-step drop. He's getting pressured. Fires it to the sideline. Avoids the sack. Good situational awareness by the sophomore.
Counterpoint, my friend. You did have a receiver in the vicinity open. Looks like it's a simple overthrow to me.
3 receivers to the top. Moss drops back. Fires it to the top of the screen. Has a man on an out route and met immediately. Jesse King with the catch. 2 yards, but goes nowhere.
See, now that looks like exactly what the first play was supposed to be, and that looked like that was probably going to be the result of it anyways. But hey, you just need your simple throws right now. You're still building confidence. You're facing a 3rd and long right now. You're going to have to find something and dig deep going into the 2nd quarter.
And that is the end of the 1st quarter. Tied up at 7. You are watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube. We got a good rivalry match. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we are back on the 36-yard line going out. The LSU Tiger offense. 3 receivers to the top of the screen. Moss in the shotgun. Fires it over the middle. Has a man on a crossing route. Caught by Dakota Sidris. Up near midfield go the Tigers.
And that is the kind of response you want to see on 3rd and distance. Beautiful conversion, picking that up. Now leading 6 first downs to 3.
Heavy run formation for the Tigers is an I formation. Hands off to Nas Mason for 4 yards. Gets across midfield.
No, not really a lot of productivity out of Nas Mason so far this season, but we could really look to see a stellar performance tonight.
2 backs in the backfield with Moss. 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Hands off to Mason. Mason dropped. Met immediately. Barely got the handoff, but Brett Slate sold out his 3rd TFL of the night.
You know what, Cade? What do I know? Maybe we should go back to the air game. What do I know after all? It's why I'm up here, right?
I think we've proven week in and week out, Dominic, that you and me know absolutely nothing about these game plans. 3 receivers to the top. Moss to this running back on a screen. Broken tackle. Nas Mason has space. A 2nd broken tackle. Near the red zone goes LSU.
Beautiful execution of a screenplay there. You dialed it up right when you needed it. Nice to see it being executed.
You're not going to say it, are you?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Cade.
You plead the 5th?
My attorney advises so.
Great call by LSU on the screen to get them right up near the red zone, and the Tiger offense is on the move. Empty formation. 3 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Moss takes the snap. He has all day, fires it to the top of the screen, and probably lent his receiver too much. Broken up by the Alabama defender.
No, you're happy to watch that one fall and hit the turf. That could have been disastrous.
Moss under center, 2 receivers to the top, 3-step drop. Fires it over the middle on a drag route, does a little bit of a pirouette. 7-yard gain to set up a 3rd and 3. Go the Tigers.
You know, Cade, I'm glad that I am old and retired, because I could not be one of these generational players out here pirouetting for first downs and gaining yards. Can't do it.
Play action. Moss rolling right, fires into the end zone. In the back, had a man. There wasn't a soul around Nasir Pope, and he just missed him.
Oh, that's a devastating lateness right there. You really want to see that come out just a hair quicker, and you're talking 6 instead of 3.
I mean, you couldn't have said it better. I mean, the DBs just forgot about Nasir Pope. He was in the back of the end zone, wide open. I mean, half a foot less on that ball, and it's a touchdown. But the Alabama defense manages to stand tall.
So far, it seems to me like red zone defense is not being Alabama's exact forte tonight. That's now twice they've been caught a little lackadaisical in the red zone. We're really going to need to see some tightness on that one.
And we know David Ware is going to get them right at some point during this game. Mai on a counter running left for 6 yards.
And, okay, that is another also valid point. LSU right now has scored more points than all of what Bama gave up last week after holding Clemson to only 9 points in their mercy.
Oh, my goodness. I know that's going to upset a lot of Clemson fans. Brett Davis on the keeper decides to call his own number, gets 8 yards, first down, Alabama.
Well, if there's anybody that's going to be a heat magnet in the booth, it's going to be me, Cade. You know that I always welcome the smoke.
I know you don't care about who you offend, and I appreciate that about you. 2 backs in the backfield with Davis. Davis, play action, getting pressured, fires it out, has his man on an out route. Great block, broken tackle, goes Kyle Claxton for 21 yards.
Now, Kyle Claxton goes clack with the pads and absolute takes on anybody, completely chewing up all of that additional rack yardage. What absolute hard running.
And it was a great zig route on the outside by Claxton. But the thing that shocks me the most right now is we are well into the second quarter. That was only Johnny Ray Davis's 5th pass.
Said they're really loving this ground game performance tonight so far, Cade.
3 receivers to the top. Davis in the shotgun, fires it on a double out route, caught by Claxton for 4 yards.
You're gonna be happy to get that, but if you get that ball out just a hair quicker, you give them enough time to try to turn the field and take more than just the 4 yards there.
2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Davis, play action, stays in the pocket, fires it to his man out of the backfield, caught, first down, Connor Keene.
Always love seeing the big tight ends get their love and affection. Tight ends are one of the most underutilized positions on offense, can absolutely be a game changer when you need it the most. Slight bias.
You're a little biased, I know, but a good tight end on any offense can, like you said, it can be a game changer. It's too big for the safeties, too fast for the linebackers. 2 backs in the backfield. Davis, he's hanging in, fires it to his back out of the backfield. Tries in mind, not sure what he's doing. I guess he saw someone he wanted to give his phone number to.
I mean, I don't know about that. The women in Tuscaloosa ain't all that pretty. I'd stand down on that statement.
3 receivers to the top. Davis on a bubble screen, caught by Comfy, only for a yard.
Yeah, this offense had life. Now we're facing 3rd and long here. You're right at the cusp of almost knocking on the red zone. You've got to find a way to convert here.
I'm going to get you to say it before this game is over. Empty formation. Davis drops back, fires it to the top of the screen, has a man, and it is incomplete. Overthrew Roman Ware, out of bounds.
And DBU stands tall, forcing him out of bounds.
And Bama will settle for the field goal attempt. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Tie game 10-10. Just over 5 minutes left. Over on Twitch, Cole Mantell decides to take it into the end zone. Michigan State with a 21-3 lead over Oklahoma with 6 minutes and 8 seconds left in the first half.
Sounds like we got a game in our hands over there on Twitch.
I prefer the game we got going on over here, tie game with 5 minutes left.
Well, yeah, who wouldn't? I mean, you've got 2 of the best young commentators in the league. Who wouldn't want to be listening to us right now?
Moss under center. Bama looks like they're showing a little bit of a blitz. Hands off to Mason. Mason running right, gets 3 yards.
No, ran right into, I believe that was Anthony Grant on that absolute stop.
Heavy run formation, offset I, Moss under center. Mason running left and gets no yards. 3rd and long coming up.
Yeah, but I mean, how many times have we seen LSU face 3rd and long, but still find a way to get in there and convert it?
Very fair. But what I like to see on that play is Xander Freeman putting his head down and coming to make the tackle in the backfield from the corner position. Tight end, motion across. Moss takes the snap, fires it to his man on the outside, caught by Cydrus.
And see, right there, no worry at all. Absolute ice in the vein by Tavon Moss. Absolutely converting a crucial 3rd down.
3 receivers to the bottom. 1 back in the backfield with Moss. Moss decides to hand it to Mason on a counter, going left, and he gets nowhere. Fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he doesn't. Deuce LeClaire on the TFL.
That's the 4th tackle of the night by Deuce LeClaire, absolutely making an impact there on the field.
And you know LSU would really like to see Nas Mason get it going on. Has 158 yards and 4 touchdowns on the season, but right now he has 8 carries for a whopping 3 yards. 2 receivers in the top, 2 to the bottom. Tavon Moss fires it to Cydrus across midfield. Go the Tigers.
Cydrus is absolutely becoming a security blanket so far for Tavon Moss. Absolute sure hands on that catch.
3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Moss takes the snap, steps up, hits his man on a drag route, cuts upfield immediately as Matthias Irvin for 5 yards.
And now, Kate, here comes the important question. You've got the ball in somewhat decent position right now. You know the clock is starting to be on the minimal side. Do you start trying to chew it out and take time off?
I don't think you do it with sacrificing your offense. As Matthias Irvin get a 3-yard drag, but just a little bit touch on that. It's if you can chew this clock and you can do it within the constructs of your offense and keep the drive moving, then absolutely. But if you become too conservative and you stall, which LSU might do here in a heavy run formation, Moss on the play action, stays in the pocket, takes a shot. They're not going to stall anywhere. Jesse King inside the 10-yard line.
Again, we don't know ball because stall what?
Exactly. My goodness. What a corner route. What a play. Heavy run formation and then throw the pass behind. Over on Twitch, a 2-yard touchdown run by DJ Yost, and she closes the lead for Oklahoma as it is 21-10, Michigan State with 4:36 left in the half. Empty formation for the LSU Tigers. Tavon Moss in the shotgun, takes the snap, fires it to his man on a slant, and it is dropped. Lucky it hit the turf.
An absolute case of turning your head upfield without securing the ball. Absolutely just fumbled it, and lucky that it fell with that gaggle of Crimson Tide defense around.
A gaggle of Crimson Tide. Shelby Ware on the deflection. The Alabama defense is holding up tall again, but a gaggle. Oh, my goodness. 3 receivers to the bottom. 1 tight end to the top. Moss fires it to his tight end and broken up. Great play by the Alabama defense and number 47, Billy Savage.
If you're the Crimson Tide, you are absolutely happy to hold them to 3 here after the way they executed methodically down the field on that drive. But now if you're Bama, you still have 2.5 minutes and a pocket full of timeouts. You can certainly make something happen. I know, Cade, you and I have seen it plenty of times this season on Twitch games. You leave any amount of time, it's enough time for someone to come out and score.
As Booker Travis on the return gets up past the 25, we saw it last night in the Virginia Tech game. Virginia Tech scored a 50-plus yard touchdown with about 6 seconds left on the clock. So anything is possible.
Yeah, they did.
3 receivers to the bottom. Davis on the bubble screen, caught by Coffee for 7 yards.
And believe UK did it as well in the Ohio State game as well.
I guess it's a Wednesday, Thursday YouTube thing to have a last-second half touchdowns. So we're here for it. 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the top. Davis hands off to Mai lowers his shoulder, running upfield, breaks the tackle, gets a first down.
Like I said, Alabama is absolutely they're willing to ride Kreis and Mai to the promised land tonight. They are not worried about this clock as we speak.
Well, Kreis and Mai on the season is averaging 19 carries a game. He's already at 10 in the first half. Davis Read option calls his own number, running left, doing some zigzags, fighting for the first down. Might have been a generous spot, but moved the chains anyway.
Well, that's that Tuscaloosa magic right there. Money appears in pockets and balls get spotted. Really interesting.
3 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Empty set for Davis. Davis fires it. Everyone was covered up on the man coverage. Davis playing keep away.
Absolutely. You're happy to fire that away and live to see another play.
An empty set again for Alabama. 3 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Davis alone in the backfield, takes the snap, fires it to the top of the screen, has a man on an out route as Colby Coffee sets up a 3rd and manageable.
You know, it almost feels like Alabama's offense is so predicated on the run right now. It feels like the offense isn't gelling with the passing entirely.
2x2 set, screen pass coming up. Davis gets it to Mai. Can he get there? He does. Sheds off 1 tackle. Inside the 30 goes Kryzen Mai.
And yet again, I don't know ball. Right on cue. Make me eat my words, Crimson Tide. Absolutely beautiful execution, dialing up screen when necessary, and converting a massive pickup there.
Are you sure there's nothing you want to say about that screen pass?
It dialed up perfect execution. No complaints. 10 out of 10. No notes.
Oh, it's going to happen, but I promise you I'm going to get you to say it. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Davis in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's looking, staying in the pocket, fires it to his left side, and throws it out of bounds. Everyone was covered up again.
Now, pretty sure camera guy needed something to take home with him, so absolute trophy right there.
Good souvenir for somebody on that sideline. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Davis in the shotgun, hands off to Mai, running up the middle, and he is met immediately. 1-yard gain.
Now, and Bama is still in no rush. They've kept that entire pocket full of timeouts. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another handoff here and they take the points.
It was number 97, Billy Bala, on the stop on that previous play. Davis into the end zone, and it is knocked away by Demontre Bones. His first deflection of the night.
And Johnny Ray Davis is willing to take a shot to try to see if they could take the 6, and looks like they're willing to settle for the 3.
You know, maybe it's just me and my nature to be inherently aggressive late in the half, but if you're going to take a shot at the end zone, you'd like to do it on 1st or 2nd down, so that way you still have a chance to convert. They were in a 3rd and long situation, and they took it as this is an end zone or bust shot for us. It feels like they kind of mishandled the clock management and the play calling at the end of that drive.
Well, I mean, they started the drive with 3 timeouts. They walk out of that drive with 3 points, still 3 timeouts. I absolutely agree that it was a misuse of the clock, but what do we know?
What do we know? Empty set for Moss and the LSU Tigers over the middle, and it is caught by Siders. Timeout, LSU.
Seems to me like chat's calling for a pick right here.
Skeller, don't tempt me with a good time. Moss takes the snap. He's looking, fires it over the middle, has a man on a crossing route, caught by Gabe Guerrero. 2nd timeout, LSU.
No pick, just conversions, and keep the ball moving. Complete smoothment right now.
2x2 set. Moss in the backfield. Mason to his left. Fires it over the middle. Has a man streaking down the seams. Matthias Irvin for 30. And the LSU Tigers are going hurry up.
Yep. Too much time left on the clock.
2x2 set. Moss in the backfield. Takes the snap. He's looking. Fires it over the middle again. And Matthias Irvin. Touchdown. His 2nd of the night.
But now, not so fast, Cade. While I complained that Bama left too much time on the clock for LSU, and they absolutely took advantage of it, using, I believe it was 20 seconds off the clock on that. But now the question turns back. Did LSU leave too much time for Bama? Bama still has all 3 timeouts. They can absolutely, by all intents and purposes, be aggressive and really test the waters going into half.
And Kryzen Meyer, Booker Travis with a 29-yard return up near the 40. You expect Johnny Ray Davis to get it to his playmakers right now. Connor Keene, Colby Coffee, or Troy Tree, or Kyle Claxton. Heck, good luck, LSU, trying to cover all these guys. 2x2 set. Davis takes the snap, fires it over the middle, and he is met immediately. Ball hits the turf, 2nd down.
You know, you have all 3 timeouts, so you are free to utilize every aspect of the field. I don't know if I'm wasting 4 seconds for an attempt of 6 yards.
2x2 set. Davis takes the snap. He's looking, staying in the pocket, fires it to a man on a check down, and Claxton met for 4 yards. Timeout, Alabama. 9 seconds remaining.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this has to go. This is yard or bust. So, got to see what shapes.
2x2 set. LSU coming on the blitz. Davis fading off his back foot, somehow gets it there, and it is hitting the turf. Cohen James on the deflection. 3 seconds left.
When I tell you that if he would have hit that off the back footy like that, I would have came unglued.
Steph Curry fadeaway on that one. Hail Mary formation for Alabama. Davis cannot get it off. The Tiger defense holds to end the first half, and that is going to do it for the second quarter. The LSU Tigers on upset watch lead the number 4 ranked Crimson Tide 20-13. You are watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube. And we are finally at the halftime break. Dominic, walk me through this first half.
Hatred, bloodbath, and taking chances. Alabama took an early lead. They were showing that they could do it at will. LSU came back, has started to lock down the Alabama offense, and they are making defenders absolutely look clueless with, in their words, the best receiver corps in the nation. LSU has got it figured out right now. They're gonna have to hold this momentum and keep it aggressive. Alabama's gonna have to come out and find some answers of their own, and they're gonna have to take control.
I mean, look at this domination by LSU, more than doubling up Alabama in passing yards. I mean, that -4 is not where you want to see if you're the Tigers, but I mean, this first half has gone about as well as you could expect. You're winning in time of possession, you're leading on the scoreboard, and now you're dominating in the passing yard game. Let's see if the Tigers can keep it up, or do the Tide have an answer?
You know, I would like the record to state that it does predicate and show no turnovers. That sack to end the half is technically a loss of down. That is, in fact, a turnover. I would like the record to state that is, in fact, an Alabama turnover.
Says the Auburn fan in the booth. Alabama will start with the ball to start this second half as Roman Ware gets up to the 35-yard line. And the Crimson Tide offense, which is predicated on Cries and my early down runs, Johnny Ray Davis taking some play action deep shots. But you look at what Maria Sebastiano has done tonight and what this LSU Tigers defense has done. They have been fantastic against the Crimson Tide.
No, absolutely. They struggled a little bit coming out, but once they started getting their gears into motion, I mean, it was just seamless. They were able to hold in. They focused up. They're going to have to maintain it now coming out of the half.
Davis in the shotgun, takes the snap, fires it to his man on an out route as Connor Keene, and Keene gets up near midfield.
And just on cue, love to see the big tight end start the drive and get the utilization. 14 for 20 so far, 145 for Johnny Ray Davis.
It's been an efficient night, but it hasn't been an electric night for the Alabama Crimson Tide. 2x2 set, Davis fires it to his right side, has a man on a sit route, and Coffee paid the price.
Well, okay, when you think of Alabama, when you think of quarterbacks, your first thing is not game changer. You think game manager. That is what Alabama has always been very predicated on. They are good having game managing quarterbacks and let the running backs and the rest of the system take over and get it done.
I mean, if my game manager quarterback's throwing for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns like Johnny Ray Davis did last week, then sign me up for a game manager. 2 receivers to the top on a bubble screen, and it is caught by Troy Tree, but goes nowhere.
Well, you win some, you lose some. You can't get every wide receiver screen to fall in your favor. Look, see if they can get that to get back into motion, moving down the field.
You know, I'm curious if there's a percentage number on these screens to see how often they work and how often they don't work.
That involves needing a statistician.
Davis hitting Cries and my on the screen, and he is going to fall short. Actually, that's Booker Travis. Excuse me, that is Booker. No, that is Cries and Mike.
And the Crimson Tide offense is coming out to try it on 4th and 1.
3 receivers to the top. Davis on a sit route finds his man, Kyle Claxton.
And Bama gets aggressive, and it pays off. What a start you want to see for the Crimson Tide offense. You've got the motion. You've got it going. Get it done.
We have a Twitch update coming after this play. 3 receivers to the bottom, handing off to Travis running left, and Travis gets 7 yards. 2nd and 3. Over on Twitch, an 8-yard touchdown pass to Blue Haddocks as Michigan State extends their lead over Oklahoma 31-10, 7:27 left in the third quarter. 3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Davis hands off to Mai, decides to call his own number inside the red zone. Shaking a man off goes Johnny Ray Davis.
Shakes one off, but takes one back in return. What a hit right back there. Yep, Alabama is moving. LSU has got to show that they know how to lock down, and they've got to tighten up here.
3 receivers to the bottom, tight end to the top. Delayed handoff to Travis. Travis running left. He's getting trashed down from behind. Gets 3 yards.
Well, no, you're not gonna win any type of sprints like that one. He's lucky that he got what he got. Absolutely could have been stifled for a lot less.
Billy Balla, his 5th tackle of the night, having a good showing. 2-by-2 set. Davis takes the snap. He's hanging in the pocket, fires it to his man over the middle, fighting for a first down as Kyle Claxton. He's gonna fall just short, 3rd and inches.
Nope. Here's your money down. Do you take the shot, or do you just look to just convert and get yourself a couple more plays?
2 backs in the backfield. Looks like it could be a run formation, but LSU looks prepared. Davis drops back anyway, fires it to Travis on a flat route, throws a nasty stiff arm, but falls just short. 1st and goal, Alabama.
Tier Gunderson absolutely takes a shot there, but taking that shot gives enough time to get pushed out of bounds and potentially stop that touchdown. You got to take that sacrifice sometimes.
Chris Gentry is the one that ended up holding him out. Alabama in a heavy run formation on the fullback. Fake pitch to Kryzen Mai. Takes it to the edge. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
My, oh my. It is Kryzen Mai time. Absolutely trying to get this game tied back up. What a absolute needed score coming out of the half.
Tell you what, Dominic, I could be feeling for a little bit of a Mai Tai right now after that one. What a drive by the Crimson Tide coming out of the second half to tie it up 20-20. We said it at the beginning, and we're going to keep saying it. Rivalry games just mean more. It doesn't matter about rankings. It doesn't matter about team overall. It doesn't matter about record. It is all on the line tonight.
Well, it comes down to who hates who more and who wants what more.
As Nasir Pope with a 25-yard return. Let's look at these last 5 drives for LSU. Touchdown, field goal, touchdown. We're not going to talk about that punt, but it's been a good few drives for the LSU Tigers right now. 2-by-2 set. Tavon Moss in the backfield. Play action, decides to keep it. He's stepping up, taking a deep shot, has a man wide open. Caught by Dakota Sidris, 48 yards.
You know, Cade, Chad has said it a couple times that they have the best wide receiver core in the nation. They are absolutely making a case right now as they are absolutely just torching the Crimson Tide defense right now. What a performance so far.
And you want to talk about backbreaker. That was on Roman Ware, the all-world corner for the Tide. Handing off to Mason on the counter, running right, gets inside the 10 for 19 yards.
What a good, hard run. But speaking of which, over on Twitch, we have a 38-yard touchdown pass to Malachi Cobb as Oklahoma answers back to make it 31-17, 6:25 left in the third.
Oklahoma seems to be staging a little bit of a comeback over on Twitch. We got a great one here on YouTube. Moss takes the snap, fires it to his left, has a man on an out route. Matthias Irvin gets 3 yards closer.
No, absolutely seems like they've got a good game going over on Twitch. And we also have a barn burner going on over here. And I want to take this time out to thank the fans also hanging out and watching this with us.
Heavy run formation, 3 tight ends, 2 backs. Pitch to the right. Can he get there? He can. Broken tackle into the end zone goes Nas Mason.
Well, I think I hear Ether playing in the background because Nas just turned it up and put on a performance of a run right there. Absolutely getting it back and giving the lead back to the Tigers.
It was a great drive by Alabama. Time consuming. They got into the end zone, tied it up. LSU just went 72 yards in 4 plays and 49 seconds. The Crimson Tide defense, having only given up 9 points last week, gave up 27 so far tonight. They're going to need to wake up and make a stop.
No, they are absolutely being tested right now, and they're gonna have to find something out on the sidelines. They're gonna have to hold some type of meeting fast and in a hurry.
Tavon Moss is sitting at 340 yards with over a quarter and a half to go. Trips to the top of the screen. Johnny Ray Davis fires it to his man on a crossing route, and it is caught by Colby Coffey up near midfield.
It is coffee time in this cold stadium. That is the warmth needed to start the drive. Beautiful execution on that throw by Johnny Ray Davis.
You know, it's always coffee time, especially when it's 36 degrees in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. It shouldn't be this cold down here, but it is. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Mai to the left of Johnny Ray Davis. Davis takes the snap, fires it over the middle, has a man on a slant route, caught, broken tackle, goes Denver Anthony for 14 yards.
And right now, Bama is responding the way that you would love to see them right now. They are not holding back, and they are executing as needed so far.
Davis hands off to Mai. Mai running right for 4 yards, sets up a 2nd and 6.
Said 13 rushes for 41 yards, averaging just a little bit over 3 yards a carry right now. Not an incredible stellar performance, but a solid performance nonetheless by Carson Mai.
3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Davis takes the snap. He's looking. He's stepping to his left, has a man, and it is a little underthrown. Good deflection by Cohen James.
Ooh, I'm sure Cohen was thinking already about taking that back like a bad Christmas present, but he's happy to take that pass breakup.
2 of 8 are the Crimson Tide on 3rd down. Davis has Mai on the screen. There's not a soul in front of him, and he's got blockers. Can he get there? Inside the 20 goes Kryzen Mai.
And right on cue when you need it the most, a beautiful call for a screen pass, dials it up to execution, not a man in sight, and just flawless execution.
I mean, I thought if the downfield blocking is a little bit held longer by Troy Tree, that's a potential for a touchdown on the screen. Mai had a lot of blockers out in front of him and a lot of green grass to go. 2-by-2 set. Davis in the shotgun, takes the snap, fires it over the middle, has Mai on a sit route, fighting for extra yards. Inside the 5 goes Alabama.
Okay, and I'll tell you, Kryzen is absolutely fighting and trying to put the town of Tuscaloosa on his back tonight. So far, doing everything he can.
He may not be turning it up in the run game, but he's doing it in the passing game. Davis fires it into the end zone, has a man! Touchdown, Troy Tree! Finds an open space.
You know, maybe that touchdown might motivate Troy Tree later on if they call another screen to hold that block down. Because if you're blocking like that and getting touchdowns, man, you got to imagine what you can do if you hold your blocks a little bit longer. Just an absolute back and forth slugfest by both offenses right now. Defenses aren't looking stellar coming out in the second half. We're going to see who steps up and who wants it more here.
I mean, a 4-play drive for LSU took less than a minute. A 6-play drive by Alabama took less than 2 minutes. It is an old-fashioned slugfest here in Alabama right now as Liddell Ross on the return gets up here to the 25-yard line. My goodness, Dominic, it seems to me that Thursday nights are always loaded on YouTube.
Hey, this is just the excellence that comes our way when we have the back end of the season. I mean, hey, we're the nightcap. We get all the fun to end the week, so everybody looks forward to the beginning of next week. You got to have all the fun games over here.
I mean, we carry them over with the energy and the aura that we have into our Monday night games. Trips bunched to the bottom of the screen, pitch to Mason running left, and he goes nowhere. 4-yard loss on the play. Thor Tyson striking him down for a TFL.
You know, Kate, you'd think if you're running a pitch out of a trip set to the trip side, you would think you'd get a little bit of blocking there. Not a block there in sight. Nobody got the assignment.
Receivers don't like blocking. They like catching the ball. Moss in the backfield fires it to his man on an out route, caught for a gain of 4. Gets back the yardage losses. Jesse King.
Oh, here we go. Time and time again, we've seen LSU face 3rd and longs, and for the most part, they've been converting pretty well. I'm pretty sure they're not stressed right now.
No, they're not stressed at all, but this 3rd and long is a little bit different. They're deep in their own territory. This is an opportunity for Alabama to hold them and get the ball back with good field position. Empty set for Moss. Moss drops back. He's looking. He's getting pressured. Fires over the middle, and it is deflected. Shelby Ware holds big.
Excellent execution on that deflection, and you can feel the momentum starting to shift here in Tuscaloosa. This could be very well good field position for the Crimson Tide, and it can absolutely change the boat here.
Fielded at the 40 with a good return by Booker Travis to get him at the 48. Alabama has an opportunity to get back in front. Empty formation for Johnny Ray Davis. 3 to the bottom, 2 to the top. Takes the snap and fires it over the middle. Has a man on a crossing route. Slung down goes Kyle Claxton.
Yeah, right on cue. That's gonna be the start that you want to see. 7 receptions, 70 yards. If you're guaranteed to get the completion to him, that is a first down per throw. Take those odds.
As you see, the first downs are now actually in favor of Alabama as my running right adds another to that total. 10 yards.
My, oh my, it is my time right now. Absolutely putting on a performance tonight, giving everything in both on the ground and in the air by Kryzen Mai.
And I believe, if my math is right, Kryzen Mai is now over 100 scrimmage yards on the night. 3 receivers to the top. Davis fires it on a double out route. Caught going upfield inside the red zone goes Colby Coffee.
And shifty move there by Coffee, getting right behind the back of the defender, cutting upfield, and absolutely picking up a good chunk of yards.
We have a Twitch update coming shortly. 2 backs in the backfield. Davis takes the snap, hands off to Mai, running left. Parts like the Red Sea. First down, Alabama.
Parts like the Red Sea, but takes a shot for his efforts. Both teams are still just hitting with such tenacity this deep into the game.
And over on Twitch, a 3-yard touchdown run by Cole Mantell. Michigan State up 41-17. 2 minutes left in the 3rd. Johnny Ray Davis doing his best Cole Mantell impression. Only gets a yard. 2nd and goal.
Not a ground performance tonight by Johnny Ray Davis by any means of imagination.
He may score a few rushing touchdowns here and there, but he is not a runner by design. Davis drops back, fires it over the middle, has a man. Troy Tree, back-to-back touchdowns for number 11.
Troy Tree is just absolutely planting roots in that end zone tonight. I believe that's his 3rd touchdown, if I'm not mistaken, so far there, Cade. Just absolutely making a performance statement.
I know he scored the last 2, that one being the 2nd in a row for Alabama, so he's at least 2, if not 3. Troy Tree, obviously the favorite red zone target tonight for Johnny Ray Davis, but if you look at these yardage numbers, Davis has done a really good job of spreading the ball around to Mai, to King, to Claxton, to Coffee, to Tree, to everyone. This offense has been, everyone is going to eat tonight as LSU's DeMontre Bones gets it up to a 28-yard return. There is a Twitch update coming momentarily.
And Cade, yes, it was confirmed. That was his 3rd touchdown of the night.
Sweet. Good job for Tree. 3 on the night. Trips, bunts to the bottom of the screen. Moss under center, pitching it to Mason again, and he decides to cut it upfield much earlier. Pays off 4 yards on 1st down. Over on Twitch, Malachi Cobb for 79 yards from Himoteo Del Ese, his 2nd of the night. They go for 2. It is no good. Michigan State leads Oklahoma 41-23. 1 minute and 44 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Moss hands off to Mason running right, and he is met immediately. 5-yard gain, 3rd and 1 coming up.
Okay, like I said that last drive, both teams are just out here still just hitting hard on both sides. You've got to imagine how cold it is up here. It's colder down there, and their bodies have got to be feeling the effects this late.
Oh, absolutely. And you expect the hard hits early in the game, but the later you get, they don't happen as much. It's nice to see that they still do. And Mason on the counter gets a first down and gets flattened.
Anybody get the number of that Mack truck by chance? Woo-hoo. Oh, that was a hit and run.
2 receivers from the bottom, 2 in the backfield. Moss takes the snap, turns around, decides to keep it, running to the left and gets nowhere. brought down on the play by Colin Perry, his first TFL of the night. And that is going to do it. We are through 3 quarters. We got one more. The number 4 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide lead LSU 34-27. You are watching the CFSL presented by PX Sports on YouTube. And we are back for the electric final quarter of this game. 3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Moss in the shotgun. Hands off to Mason running right end, Shane Hansen, the walk-on, giving Nas Mason a break, and he pays the price.
Draco Jones absolutely just hit him with the Draco on that. Just absolutely flattening that attempt there. Just wow.
Yeah, no, that was not very nice by Draco Jones. 3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Moss drops back, taking a deep shot into traffic. And KJ Jones with the deflection. 4th and long.
And that is not going to be the stop to the drive that you want to see with Bama up a possession now. Your defense is going to have to come out and tighten and not allow Bama to get any other growth on this lead.
I apologize if y'all can hear me sniffling over here. This cold weather is starting to make up my sinuses work as Booker Travis with a good return. 22 yards outside of the 40. And this is an opportunity for Alabama to flex their muscle and keep the foot on the gas.
You know, Kate, I believe we're still waiting for a hot chocolate, and it feels like a little bit too late now.
Yeah, no one's brought us anything. 2 backs in the backfield. Davis takes the snap, play action, fires it over the middle, has a man, and it is number 6. I believe that's Kyle Claxton for a Tony 10.
I sense a disturbance in the force.
3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Davis takes the snap, fires it on the bubble screen, and oh my goodness, what a hospital throw.
A wide receiver screen. Interesting.
2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. LSU's walking the safety down. Looks like they're bringing a blitz. Play action by Davis, and he fires it into the sideline. Had no time. We said the LSU defense needed a stop, and they got one.
No, I mean, you needed that one in a hurry, and now you're going to need the offense to come out and go back to what they were doing to get the points to begin with. You've had a good performance for most of this game, and now facing a little adversity, you've got to come out and you've got to show you can still respond.
Nasir Pope takes it to the 20-yard line. The LSU offense has everything in front of them. You'd think Tavon Moss might start taking some more shots to Matthias Irvin as we watch some Moss to Irvin highlights. They've connected on 2 touchdowns tonight.
You know what? I got to be honest with you. You would absolutely like to see that. I would love to see a couple shots here to Jacob Bennett on this drive.
And you always propping up the tight ends.
Well, someone's got to. Someone's got to have the voice for the little guys. For the big little guys at that.
Yeah, the big littles. They're not little by any stretch of the imagination. 3 receivers to the bottom. Moss hands off to Mason on the counter. Mason running left, and he gets 1 yard. Fought for every bit of it.
No, you took the words out of my mouth. That was an absolute hard, aggressive 6-yard run for 1 yard total.
An update on Twitch in just a second. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Tavon Moss in the play action steps up, fires it over the middle, and dropped. An uncharacteristic drop right there by number 88. I believe that's Gabe Guerrero.
Can't afford to have drops right now.
3 receivers to the bottom. Moss takes the snap, steps up, he's getting pressured, and he can't get it off. Big sack by big number 99, Anthony Grant.
What an absolute mishap here for the Tigers. And while we've got mishaps going on here for the Tigers, over on Twitch, 2-yard touchdown run by Richard Gray, the walk-on, his 2nd of the evening. Hats off to the walk-on, as Michigan State goes up 48-23 with 8 minutes left.
Drake needs to get that young man a scholarship right now. And Alabama is going to have fantastic field position in plus territory already. Inside the 40, near the 30 goes Booker Travis. Not getting a whole lot of work in the running game tonight, but doing work in the punt returns.
No, but it helps when you're starting just outside of Charlie Ware's foot range to start your drive.
Exactly. Davis hands off to Mai. Mai running up the middle, gets 9 yards, 2nd and 1.
And that right there, this is a situation that LSU cannot afford to be in. You're already well in field goal range. You're gonna have to find a turnover if you want to stay in this game.
If I'm Alabama, I'm handing it off to Cries and Mai every play. Hands off to Mai again, up the middle, stiff arms, gets 5 yards, first down, Tide.
Oh, no, Kate, absolutely. You absolutely just turn around, you hand it off, and you tell LSU, stop him before I change this play.
3 receivers to the top. Davis drops back, fires it to Cries and Mai on a sit-down route, 2nd and 6.
You know, I'm pretty sure I said turn around and hand it off. I mean, that's a long-distance handoff, but okay. I see the vision.
They're going to get it to him either way. He's up near 150 scrimmage yards on the night. Booker Travis going to get a carry on the counter, decides to run left, cuts it back right, 5 yards, sets up a 3rd and 1.
If he doesn't cut it back right, and if he lowers his shoulder, he's absolutely picking up that first down and maybe another yard or two. Absolutely got to lower that pad and deliver some punishment this late in the game.
If he takes it to the sideline, he might even have a chance at an end zone shot. Travis motions behind Davis. He's fighting, breaking tackles. Big boy run by Booker Travis to set up a 1st and goal.
And that's what I mean. Drop your shoulder, meet him at the line, and show him that you want the yards more than they want to stop you.
And Mai back in the backfield with Johnny Ray Davis. Takes the snap, decides to call his own number as Johnny Ray Davis. Too much zigging and zagging. 1 yard gain.
And see, this is right now, you can't afford to get cute if you're Alabama. If you take a hard shot right there, if you're Johnny Ray Davis and cough up the ball, that's crucial. Hand it off to Cries and Mai and put it in.
3-by-1 set. Mai in the backfield with Davis. Decides to get the hand up this time, and he goes untouched. Touchdown, Alabama. They jump by 2 scores.
And that right there is what I mean. You hand it off to your back, and you absolutely go pick up those points. That is absolutely huge. 5:16 left in the game. LSU is going to have to find some mojo, and they're going to have to find it fast if they want to stay alive in this game.
I mean, I understand that there was a 3-by-1 set, and you have to respect the pass, especially with Johnny Ray Davis, but you have to know that Cries and Mai is going to be getting the ball there. He wasn't touched until he was 2 yards into the end zone.
And at that point, that's just a courtesy tap.
And more than anything, my goodness, we got a Twitch update coming after this kick return as LSU down by 14, once led in this game, now trails by 2 scores late. Demontre Bones up near the 30. And on Twitch, it is a 6-yard touchdown run by DJ Yost. Her 2nd touchdown of the night. OU still fighting. They trail Michigan State 48-30, 6 minutes left in the game. Moss in the shotgun, drops back, fires it over the middle, has a man. That one's caught by Gabe Guerrero.
Well, you're going to be happy taking 7 yards to start the drive, and you're just going to have to keep this level of consistency up, and you got to not be afraid to take shots. Your time is not your friend. I know you still have 3 timeouts, but Bama can absolutely get the ball, and they can make a drive last. You're going to have to score with some urgency.
Time may not be your friend, but it's not exactly your enemy yet. You still have a fair amount of time, plus all 3 timeouts. Just run your offense and get points. Moss, play action. Fires it to his man out of the backfield, caught by Mason, and is he going to get there? Falls just short, 13 inches.
Well, okay, here's the counterpoint to that. Which offense? We've seen them take time off, methodical, and we've seen them score fast.
They're going to need to score fast here if they want any shot at coming back into this one. Moss calls his own number on the keeper, gets the 1st down.
So I like to keep calling your number, picking up the 1st down, but now you want to start seeing some tempo and some urgency.
Yeah, I said that the clock's not their enemy, but they've wasted a minute in the last 3 plays alone, and they've only gotten about 15 yards. 2-by-2 set. Moss, delayed handoff to Mason. Mason running left, and too much zigging. Not enough north-south. No yards on the game.
And 3rd tackle on the night by Billy Savage. You see, that was my worry when you said come out and execute your offense. I was like, well, that's the worry. Which offense? Because you come out with the wrong one, it's detrimental.
2-by-2 set. Mason running to the right, has decent blocks downfield, but he's not going to get them. 1 yard gain, stopped on the play. It's Shane Hansen, not Nas Mason.
Under 4 minutes, down 14. I'm not running the ball east and west. Not agreeing with these play calls.
I'm not running it, period. Now, Moss in the backfield. He's got all day to throw, falls off his back foot, has Nas Mason out of the backfield, but goes nowhere. 4th and 12. You have to think the Tigers are going to go for it.
And that's just situational awareness. You have to know as a receiver in that moment, you have got to knock it down. You cannot take that catch. That was absolutely a horrible situation for LSU. Now facing 4th and 12. They've shown they can convert these long calls. They're going to have to do it one more time.
And they need it here, but on that last play, it was Moss just simply avoiding the sack. You wish Mason would have just knocked it down to save the yardage. Moss dropping back. He's rolling to his right, and he is hit as he throws. Into the turf goes the ball. Bama takes over.
Okay, that's not necessarily game over for LSU, but you're not feeling good now with seeing that clock staring at you.
And it was Draco Jones on the pressure that forced the incomplete pass. 3 receivers to the top. Mai up the middle, 6 yards, not even touched before he got there.
And right now, I mean, if you are smart, hard to come by in Tuscaloosa, but if you are smart, you just hand it off, you bleed this clock, you get out, and you go celebrate.
Travis hands off to Mai. Mai running left, and he gets 2 yards. That is Kryzen Mai's 20th carry on the night. He's averaged 19 a game.
It's absolutely performance tonight by Kryzen Mai.
3-by-1 set. Davis. He's going to manually bleed some clock here. See if he can get a free first down with the LSU defense jumping off sides, but LSU looks like they've been coached for this situation. Good job by Wookie making sure they're aware of these late game situations. But Alabama, if they convert here, it could be the nail in the coffin. 3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Davis takes the snap. He drops back, fires it on a sit route. Caught. Kyle Claxton, timeout LSU.
And that, for all intents and purposes, is going to be it.
We're going to see a lot of Kryzen Mai in the next minute 45. Hands off, running left, and that is going to be another first down. 11 yards.
Our associate producer.
Didn't think they were going to get it on that play, but Travis in the backfield now, and Travis is met immediately. LSU selling out on the run.
Well, and now we're out of timeouts. Now we should just see the continual handing off here and wishing well.
Both backs in the backfield. Mai on the delayed handoff, running up the middle, 6 yards. I want to see, and that will put Kryzen Mai over the century mark. 22 carries, 105 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
You know what, Kay, to be honest with you, as hard and aggressive as Kryzen's running, I wouldn't be surprised to see an accidental touchdown here at the end.
I mean, would it be accidental, though? This is a rivalry game. And it is 4th and inches. Curious if Alabama will go for it, if they'll take the 3.
And we're taking the 3.
They will take the 3, and it'll just be a formality to extend it from a 14 to a 17-point lead. And LSU's offense will have an opportunity to maybe try and get something going. To carry them into next week. Not
Yes.
with a chance to win the game, but carry them into next week.
I was like, Kate, I love your optimism, but no.
Down by 17 with 15 seconds left. All right, new match.
And you know what, Kate, while we're sitting here waiting for these points to go on the board, which to do, and we're waiting for the pending kickoff, I just want to let you know as a friendly reminder, good thing that I've noticed as a common theme throughout tonight, both teams were executing and utilizing screens at their perfect times, and they were using it. And statistics say that 60% of the time, screens work every time. So it seems like to me like they were absolutely on the better side of the ball tonight.
Oh, we've been on the he couldn't help it. He couldn't hold out any longer. I knew I was going to get it out of him.
It wasn't that I was holding out.
You were doing it on purpose. We've seen some nights where screens don't work, but both teams utilize the screen very well. Moss on the play action finds Jesse King for 5 yards. Let's see if LSU's going to get another play off. Don't know if they're going to. They got a spike off.
They got it.
They got a spike off. There's 1 second left. You'd have to think that let's just do something to maybe feel a little bit better about ourselves as we leave here tonight. Maybe a shot over the middle, maybe a deep sideline shot, just anything to get this offense a little bit of hype around them. But they're going to run a counter with Nas Mason. It's a good play. Nas Mason for 15 yards, but zeros are on the clock. The number 4 Alabama Crimson Tide win the rivalry game and defend home field. Dominic. Wrap it up for us.
Absolutely hats off to both teams in this nasty rivalry, as it just, in the end, Alabama showed that they wanted more and they were more prepared for this type of dogfight. LSU had a incredible performance through 3 quarters and just simply did not have enough gas in the tank, and Johnny Ray Davis and company absolutely just took over, with Kreisenmeyer absolutely earning MVP of tonight's performance. Hats off to both teams. Sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail. Both teams really wanted it, but unfortunately Alabama just had the answers more.
It was just a complete game by the Alabama Crimson Tide. Thank you to our executive producer, Mike Peters. Thank you to our associate producer, Austin Crow. The Alabama Crimson Tide defend home field. My name is Kate Padgett. In the booth with me is Dominic Barfield. You have been watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports on Twitch. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in about 45 minutes to watch the West Virginia Mountaineers travel to the Tennessee Volunteers for the Battle of Old Betsy. We are here on YouTube Thursday night. We'll see you in a bit.